Once you boot Premiere Pro, the first interface you see is this home screen. On the home screen, you can see the new project button that is to your top left corner, and under it you can see the open project button. These are pretty self-explanatory. New project starts a new project when clicked. An open project open an existing project when clicked. So below it you see the home icon tab. Then on the middle here are all the previous projects you have worked on. To the left side of it, you can see the time it was opened, the size and the file type. And at the top right corner here, you can see the search and also the search icon here. This searches Premiere Pro itself, that is if you are online. So now to go into the Premiere Pro user interface proper, we have to click on the new project. Once you click on the new project, you will then be on this space. If you are using a previous version, your interface here will be similar or a little bit slightly different. But just look out for the project name, which you can see here at the top left corner. The project name, this is where you insert the project name. Now you have this. So here we need to choose a part where you will save the project. If you are using the previous version, this should be directly under the project name. So you select, on the previous version is browse, but here once you click, you will see where to choose. Once you click on the drop down here, then we can choose location. So we're going to navigate to desktop where we have that project folder set up, which is this editing class. Double click on it, then you will see those subfolders you created earlier. Now let's save it inside the PR files because this is where we want to keep everything. So let's select this folder. So we are telling Premiere Pro to save our project in the selected folder. So every other thing you can leave it as default and then hit create. This is your default editing interface. But to see everything complete so that I can show you which side is what and what it does, we're going to go to File, New, and then create a new sequence. On the left corner of this window that just popped out, you will see the list of pre-made sequences. You can select from any of these folders and then work with it depending on your preferences. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I would like to select a standard HD pixel, that is 1080 pixel, and then 29.97 frames per second. If you select these values, you will see more details on this part of the dialog box opened. So now once we have this selected, the next thing is to name our sequence. We can just leave this as default sequence 001, or otherwise you can name it whatever that corresponds with your project flow. Now once you have this selected, then you hit OK. This is going to create a new sequence and then complete the user interface properly. A sequence is like a canvas for an artist where they draw and paint their drawings. That is what it does to your videos. Now, let's introduce you to the interface. Like on the center here, the black box you see here is the preview windows. And the preview windows shows you what is on the timeline. Below it is the timeline. And the timeline is in two parts. The lower part is the audio track and the upper part is the video tracks. Whatever you put in here shows right here. On the timeline, you have the video time indicator, that is this playhead. This is what will play over your videos and then show you what you are doing on this preview window. To the left bottom of the screen is the project manager window. When you import your files, this is where you organize them. Here we have other panels hidden: the media browser, where you can browse for media, and the effect browser, where you can browse for effect, transition, sound effect, and then place it on your video or audio. You can also see the search right here to search for presets or effects. So let's go back to the video project manager window here. So at the top of it is where the source manager, that is the source preview window, is located. So if you have a video selected on your project manager window, or you double click on it, or either on the timeline, you can preview the source here, which is this panel. Then there are other panels here, which is effects and control. Effects and control let you modify your clips that is on the timeline or selected on the timeline. You see properties like motion, and all of that. So now let's come here. Between the project manager window and the timeline, there is a tool set bar. Here is your tool. That is, this is where you find all the tools you will use for editing, cutting, shifting, and all of that on your timeline. To the far right corner, you will see the Essential Graphics panel. This is where all the effects for motion graphics happens. You can find some presets here, and you can create another one or new one from scratch. Then there's another tab there called this Essential Sound window. This is where you style your sound, mix it, reduce the noise and all of that, or add audio effect. Now, to put this into action on the interface so that you see exactly what I've just told you, you have to go to File, then you go to Import. Let's import a video file. So we're going to open the video file, and we'll bring in this clip or this one. So let's bring in this one. Then you hit Open. You can also do this by holding down Control on your keyboard and then hitting I on your keyboard. That is Control I or Command I if you are using a Mac. You can also double click on the Project Manager window here to open your import dialog box. Now, if you double click on the source clip here, you will see it is now open on the source preview. So you can also play here to trim and then cut into your timeline. Then if you drag here and put this into the timeline, you will see that the playhead here plays on this. If you move the time indicator, that is, if you mute the playhead time indicator, you will see your clip in motion on the preview window. So that is all about the interface.